Hi, I'm Chris and we are JCD. In this week's episode, we finally take delivery of our new 18-tonne tanker. I take a beachfront walk to try and clear my mind, and Storm Ciaran keeps us busy in central London. Let's roll the footage. Welcome back to another episode of We Are JCD. It is Monday and we are just around the corner from JCD HQ. Now, we've been teasing you guys for some time now over the last couple of days about a little bit of a surprise we've got for you. And finally, late last week, our new 18-tonne tanker gully truck arrived with us at JCD HQ. Arrived on Thursday evening and really pleased. We teased on the channel over a year ago now that we would get our own large tanker, and true to your boy's word, it has arrived, and just over a year I think it was as well. So we've got a tanker that's going to be helping out with all our drainage requirements. It can empty tanks. It's obviously specifically for emptying gullies as well, which are the road storm drains, and that's what this particular boom arm is for here. So that's what that's for. So it's a fantastic unit. We got it up from a company in Liverpool. It's only a year old with very low mileage. We've got about 3,000 miles on this one. It was on a local authority contract, so it has been looked after. We've got some training going on tomorrow. We've got Phil from WOW actually coming down to deliver training himself. It's got a mainline jetter on the back, as you can see here, which will help us with some of them bigger lines that we've been coming across and struggling with our current kit. So I'm really proud to finally take delivery, and this will take our new grey water business to the next level, and I can't wait for it. So we're pleased to have our gully truck on board. It was a bit of a tough decision whether or not we could get this, because to be honest with you, we've been muddling through with the unit we've got. The number one issue that we have though is capacity. On some of the jobs we need a bigger unit so we can take out more volume, and that's been causing us a little bit of a stumbling block. It's taking longer to do some of the bigger jobs because of the capacity we've got on our rear com. Don't get me wrong, it's a great unit and it's really nimble and helpful to get in some bits, but this unit was definitely the right decision for our business. And it's ironic because you put these decisions off all the time, like I have been for the past 2-3 months. And as soon as I said yes to it, and I told a few more people that we'd actually got the capacity in this truck to do more work, I've already got 4 or 5 new customers that I wasn't able to service with my other gully truck, and that I can with this, and a well-known water brand as well in the local area in Kent. So that's all good news. So I'm pretty sure it was the right decision. Business is always a gamble. You're always rolling that dice. This is another roll of the dice, but hey, that's what your boy does, and you know we will make it work one way or the other. So I'm super proud and pleased that we've got to here in such a short time, and it just shows, as we put in the video where I said this a year ago, your boy is a man of his word, and what he says he's going to get done, we get done. So yeah, we've got some training and orientation with WOW tomorrow, and then this unit will be out in the fleet from Wednesday, earning us our money. Whew! I work out climbing in there every day. Right, so that's wrapping up everything down at JCD HQ. I've had a catch up with Gary, a few stumbling blocks with that, but it'll be what it'll be. So yeah, I am now, what's time? 10:30. I've got to go to Dartford because I've got a meeting with my accountant, because it's that time of year where I have to pay Mr. Rishi Sunak currently lots of money, unfortunately. Never a plus time of year, but going to have a catch up with Miguel, have something to eat at a local shopping centre. We're going to do that remotely. We usually do it at the office, but to be honest with you, I've gone through the numbers. We might just do it a little bit informal and have some lunch and have a general catch up. So in the car and off to Dartford, and I will catch up with you guys in a short while. Yes team, we have just arrived back at Guildford HQ. An interesting day. Super pleased to finally get the tanker across the line. We've had a few issues with it, but maybe I'll go into that in another episode. I'm not going to mention it today and ruin the excitement of the new tanker. I'm at home the rest of the day. I've got plenty to be catching up on. Tomorrow we have, actually we've got an orientation training session on the tanker. So we've got a representative from WOW coming down, meeting us at HQ. We're just going to run through the tanker, make sure we're doing everything right that we need to from a maintenance perspective, make sure we understand all the features, and then that will be out on the road. We've got a big clean going on Wednesday morning, which we're going to go and film. We have got the grand opening of a new charitable facility. I mention the guys on the channel all the time, it's Demel's House, so we're doing a clean for them, ready for their big open day, free of charge, of course, on Wednesday. So we'll get down and film that. So that's going to wrap up an exciting Monday, guys. I will see you in the morning where we will be doing our training for the tanker.
So what's the mesh?
The mesh,
Yeah.
is, so when this door's shut, that mesh obviously sits back here, right?
Yeah.
So you've got a draw-off valve there,
Yeah.
and you've got an inlet valve.
Yeah.
Outlet. The draw-off valve sits slightly higher.
Right.
So if you wanted to just drop your water off, now if you wanted to tick the tank, start back up.
That go off once you're up the board. Well done.
So we have finished our orientation session on the tanker. Boys have just gone. They used the opportunity, wanted to have a quick catch up with me about a few bits and pieces, which was good. It's interesting. It's like we're at a whole new level now with the drainage, and that happens in business. I distinctly remember when it happened with JCD, and we sort of shifted over into that next gear in the business phase, and I think we're going through that with Greywater. And just having a chat with the boys, I think they recognise it as well. Yeah, and it's interesting. You just got to start thinking differently about how you do things. As a smaller business, you've got what we'll call it more leeway in some of the things you do. And as you get bigger, there are just a lot more considerations that you need to take in. You need to have that big business mindset, and we're in that space now with Greywater. It's an interesting time, and we're just having the lads around. It's a laugh. We have a laugh, and that's what business is about. I think if you lose that, it can make it tough for everybody when you're not coming into work and having a laugh. So it's good we've got that, but again, we need to also now start taking things somewhat seriously, because we're picking up bigger pieces of work, especially with the new unit. So yeah, interesting day, plenty of food for thought. So I'll be honest with you, as I say, I don't know if I said yesterday, I can't remember. At the start of this week, I am taking a little bit of a quiet week this week. There's still plenty going on. I've got a job going on tomorrow that's going to be filmed. So there's lots of stuff still going on, but there's not much I'm going to be up to this week, if I'm honest with you guys. I'm going to try and just have a little bit of a rest week. It's been a stressful for a while now, and prolonged stress is not a good thing. So I'm just trying to switch off a little bit if I can. So I've got a few bits and pieces to do this afternoon, but I'll check in with you guys a little bit later. What is happening, team? Wednesday. I mentioned to you guys last week that I was going to be having a little bit of a quiet week this week. I wasn't going to be out and about too much, which has been the case. We had Phil down yesterday doing some orientation on our tanker, and I am actually taking a nice afternoon walk with my wife, who is somewhere down the road. Yeah, been down the office this morning, met with Gary down there and making a bit of progress there now. We're going to actually start doing weekly management calls with all the team, just so everybody's up to date, because what we've had a little bit of a lesson learned with that one is we're making progress and starting to do things, but we need to make sure everybody is involved in that process. So we're going to make sure we do weekly conference calls so everyone's kept up to date. And not much really else going on this week, to be honest. As I say, I'm trying to have a little bit of an R&R. It's been a stressful few months, as I've mentioned, so I'm keeping this week nice and relaxed, but we've got some big plans going on for next week. There's plenty going on. Obviously, we've got a big tender in for our school. I should hear back about that this week, and then as soon as I do, I will give you guys a little bit of an update on how that goes. So, but in the meantime, I'm going to roll some B-roll footage of me walking down the beach, just to keep you guys a bit of variance and let you know what we've been up to the rest of the day. As I say, had a good catch up with Gary. That's all going well, really. You know, you're always scared of pulling the trigger on these things. You're always scared to pull the trigger on these new things, especially new managers and things like that. Something I'm a little bit slow at and certainly need to get better at, but that is all going the right way, and I think it will be a big step forward for the business, especially if we manage to secure this new school. So, say, shorter episode this week, but a few changes going on with content, to be honest. I'm actually meeting up with Jack Gaisford later part of the week. Haven't seen him in a while. Obviously, we've done some content together early days within our journey, and I'd actually count him as a bit of a friend now. He's a good guy. You know, so it's always good to bounce ideas off other business owners, so I'm going to catch up with him latter part of the week unless anything changes, of course, which sometimes it does, but that's the plan. So yeah, nice relaxed day. I'll catch up on emails and all that stuff later, but you've got to take a little bit of time out now and then just to refresh the mind, get the ideas flowing. So yeah, anyway, let's roll the B-roll footage. What is happening, team? It is Friday. For those of you that are paying attention, I've missed a day. Didn't film yesterday. Cool, 5:30. Yesterday in the UK, we had a major storm, Storm Ciaran. Client called me in the morning. I had a team out working and they wanted basically all hands on deck. So I had to literally bolt down the office, 5:30, pick up the new tanker, put that out on the network. So it was all hands to deck yesterday, so I didn't manage to get round for filming. I'm not going to sort of force that, to be honest. I know, like, I'm trying to capture every day, but I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, I think that puts me under a bit of unnecessary stress, and yesterday it was just something we didn't need to get done, so that didn't happen. So it's Friday today. As I say, it's been a relatively quiet week apart from yesterday. Adam chucked some pictures on the screen here of what we had to deal with. So we've just got down to Maidstone. We are having a catch up with our boy, Jack Gaisford from V21. Haven't seen him in a while, so he's come down to meet me local to here. We're just gonna have a quick catch up with him. So hopefully he's inside and we will get some lunch and yeah, let's see what he's been up to. So we are down at JCD HQ. It was good to catch up with Jack Gaisford. I went and quickly had a look at a job after I met him. That's why I was in my oranges. So I've just got down to HQ, had a quick catch up with Jack. As I say, I started my content journey with him, so we always keep in touch, meet up every now and then, just chew the fat over some business. I know he's going through some stuff at the moment. He actually got quite big at one point and now he's subsequently scaled back down and then he's getting ready to go again. So it's just good to have a catch up and bounce some ideas around. And it's always nice to see him, you know, get some content ideas, get some feedback on what he thinks about our content. As we've mentioned on the channel, we're going to go through a little bit of a change and try and get you guys out and about a little bit more with some of our content. As I say, this week, ironically, we said that, and then I have had what I'd call a soft week in the business where I'd purposely not had many appointments and wasn't out and about that much. But we have got plenty of other stuff coming up. We've got a new DJI, so hopefully the quality will be a lot better for you guys, and then we're going to be out and about on lots of jobs. Next week, we've got 2 podcasts in the diary, which should be super interesting. So yeah, it's going to be a busy week. But anyway, that wraps up this week. As always, hit that like and subscribe. We are nearly at 800 subscribers. I want to get us to 1,000 by the end of the year. So you guys need to subscribe, make sure you share the channel and tell everyone about it, how awesome we are and how awesome the footage is going to be. So make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in next week's episode.